Ladies and gentlemen, do the heels have eyes? Warren Slater has dropped another video on his TikTok account referencing a message said by Ayub on his live stream.
The heels have eyes, that's what I'm saying.
Also, what has happened with Dan O'Keefe? No one has heard a word since his breaking video a few days ago. Bobs and Bits is back with a few takes in regards to Dan O'Keefe's video. Let's check this out.
So many of you have messaged me asking for my opinion or my advice on this video of an apparent video that's been doing the rounds, and obviously I've not done a post about this video breaking it down or analysing it, and there's a few reasons for that. So on my page I'll only really discuss stuff that makes criminological and theoretical sense, or there's enough evidential value to it that leads me to believe that there may be a possibility of some accuracy, or I trust the source, and in this case none of those factors appear to be present.
That's extremely interesting because we do know Bobs and Bits' take on this Jay Slater case and what he believes has happened, and he claims that he would have only mentioned that if it was 100% genuine.
And if it's the type of organisation that many of us have been discussing and feel may well be responsible for this or involved in some way, if they've sent that video under the radar to an account that not many people know to be narrated by somebody else, that's not really the typical behaviour of that type of organisation. They're more likely to be bragging about it and posting it everywhere to make a statement. Which leads me on to my next point, because the methodology that's depicted within this video is usually reserved for gang-on-gang related stuff. You know, like intimidation factors, sending a message to the other gang, or, you know, some kind of fear factor or control or power. None of these really fit with the Jay Slater case. So in my opinion, I can't give it any credibility, and that's why I haven't done a post about it or a proper breakdown or analysis of it, because there's just no point.
Dan O'Keefe hasn't really given us anything to break down and analyze. He's literally given us one take, claiming that he has seen footage of Jay Slater being tortured. Now, at this point, anything could have happened to Dan O'Keefe. He could have done it for traction. He could have done it because it's genuine. He could have been advised not to speak any further. He could be missing. He might have given that evidence over to the police. Like, we don't actually know what's going on with Dan O'Keefe at this moment in time. It's surprising that he's come out with this massive bombshell. Nothing's been said. Ain't seen another video. So it's extremely bizarre. At this moment in time, I'm not going to completely write it off because I haven't seen the footage myself. We don't know what Dan has seen. Therefore, we can't really comment at this moment in time. Some people have sent me some videos via email. I do believe other content creators have received the same footage based on the videos they've recently released, because the messages that they received, I also received. But in that footage, it wasn't Jay Slater. They clearly knew that, and then they tried to troll thereafter, talking about, "Don't message me back." It was a really weird message. They're telling me watch it and then you can have your opinion in it, or something along those lines. It was just a weird message. I had to block the person that sent me the email. I never want to hear from them again.
If the video isn't authentic and he still put that post out, then I have no idea why he's done that.
Exactly.
I can only think of three viable reasons why somebody would do that. Either A, for some kind of personal sadistic gratification, B, he's been told to do it, or C, for views and followers. And which brings me on to my final point. This whole Jay Slater case has become so muddy, the waters are so murky, that it's impossible to know what's valid and what's not. There's that many people involved. It's like a needle in a haystack. Yeah, there's so many different accounts coming out. There's so many different like narrations. There's video footage of this and people doing voiceovers of that and snippets of that and interview bits of this. You know, if any authorities were actually further investigating this, it must be an absolute nightmare, you know. And for that reason, I can no longer operate in this environment anymore. So I'm not going to be covering this Jay Slater case anymore. This is me kind of over and out. So from now on, I will be reverting back to my usual content, and I have got another video coming out soon. So have a great day, and I'll see you all there.
Hey, that's wild. Hey, that's wild. I never expected that to be quite fair, because how can you come out, hit us with a bombshell, start spitting bare names, and then decide, actually, I'm not going to cover the Jay Slater case anymore? That's extremely weird. It seems like everyone's out here for traction, likes, retweets, comments. Everybody wants the engagement because they might feel lonely in their own lives. It doesn't make any sense how you've just said this, Bob. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I did not expect you to say because of X, Y, and Z, you're no longer going to be looking at the Jay Slater case, especially when you just hit everyone with a bombshell and you started spitting names. Has someone tried to put pressure on you? And now you're suggesting you're not going to talk about the case anymore and you're going to revert back to your original content after Dan O'Keefe said what he said. Seems like everybody's out here for traction, likes, and retweets, not really out here trying to find the truth or justice for Jay Slater. Anyway, let's move on to someone that is serious about finding out what happened to their son, Warren Slater. Now, we recently released a video on his TikTok within the last 24 hours, and the caption on this one is, "Do the hills have eyes?" And this video is extremely interesting. Let's check this out. So someone said to me that at this point, you can see people standing within the entrances of these caves. Are these like cave entrances or are they just cracks in the mountain? But some people have said they can see people standing on these cracks. Now, there is one part where it does look like there's a human-like figure. I think it's this bit.
Is that somebody watching us?
Hey, look, and Warren says it as well. Is that someone watching us? It does. At the top, just under the caption, "Do hills have eyes?" it looks like someone is sitting there or standing there. But as we get older, your eyes can be deceived, especially from that distance. It could just be a rock that looks like a human. It could be an animal as well. You have to bear that in mind. It's questionable that Warren refers to the hills have eyes, the same comment Ayub stated in his live stream when asked about the Airbnb. Do we think Warren has seen that live stream and he's more or less calling out Ayub at this point? Or is Warren letting us know that actually this area is questionable and there could be something else going on here?
Because there's definitely dogs barking.
Yeah, I can hear some sort of noise. Not too sure what it is though.
Hello!
Oh, that wind.
Jay!
Oh.
Now, how the hell do you get up to those caves?
Jay definitely didn't climb up to those caves or even climb down to get into those caves. Someone must have access to these caves. If someone could actually be living in these caves. I mean, that's what the hills have eyes is referencing, more or less. But then Ayub tried to claim that he saw Ophelia, her husband, and her child, and they depicted the characters from the movie.
Actually, thinking that eyes are another way into.
So here we have Warren.
Side.
Questioning the caves in the mountains. Do the hills have eyes?
It's funny how the dogs have stopped barking. We're going to carry on a little bit further to see if we can get to the cave.
So quiet. You can't hear anything. Just the animals, birds. He's been staring at the top of this mountain for quite some time. Is there a reason why he's staring at the top of the mountain? I don't know. Is he looking for something? Is there something there? Did he see something? I don't know. Is he trying to listen out for something? I can just hear the animals. Is he just having a break at this point and he's just recording? I don't know. Are we meant to be seeing something here? I don't know. I literally don't know what I'm meant to be looking at. Oh, he said he could hear voices. I don't know. I'm hearing nothing. I'm hearing nothing. And I'm looking at nothing.
We're getting closer.
We're getting closer to what?
Dog's starting to climb, isn't it?
On your way back up,
You just scamper up things.
and like we say, where would you be heading to? There's nowhere.
And that's literally where Chris claims that he would have seen the sea, try to walk that direction because he was trying to get to the beach. Clearly, Warren was trying to listen and watch closely for something in that video. I'm not too sure what, but he references the hills have eyes, the same comment that Aya would have made in that live stream, which is extremely questionable. Warren clearly doesn't buy into what he's been sold by Chris Tenerife and various other people that have been hands-on in this investigation. Nor do I, nor do thousands of other people. In fact, I've received so many emails from people that have screenshots of conversations that they have had personally with Chris Tenerife, and they are extremely sketchy. I'm not going to share them in this video, but they are extremely sketchy. I will look at the dots and see how they connect, and I will share it if they are relevant. But they're extremely questionable, very, very sketchy. It seems like Chris has been trying to cover something up. But it seems like ever since Dan O'Keefe's video, a lot of people have gone extremely quiet. So again, I'm not going to eliminate what Dan O'Keefe has brought to the table because we don't actually know what it is yet. In my opinion, one of the reasons why Warren has dropped this video as well as the last one is to disapprove the official narrative. Is to say whatever Chris Tenerife has cooked up and sold us is absolute garbage. My son would have never made those decisions. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think Warren is trying to tell us in his videos? Comment down below. Let me know now. Hit that like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn the notification bells on. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.